Yes, this is the well. Jeez. Welcome to another episode of the Well Actually podcast. So I wanted to do some quick housekeeping for the podcast. Jesus. Why am I putting my hands here? All right, let's go. Welcome to another episode of the Well Actually podcast. So I wanted to do some quick housekeeping. Yes, this is the Well Actually podcast. Thank you for joining me. So something from the last episode where I said we're bloggers and I need to start with the actual intro first. Jeez. Don't just jump into that. Like, make people happy and shit. Alright, let's do this again. I don't know how else to segue into this, but the show I wanted to get into is a show called The Happy Place. It was created by Michael Schur. He was on The Office and he created House and Rex. And God, it's The Good Place. What am I doing? God have mercy. The Good Place, Park and Rec. The Good Place. Oh, this Lil Nas X story. Like, initially, when I saw, like, my first instincts on this thing, or my first impression, was that this whole thing was just like a meme or a joke or just like a parody. And I don't know if that's what it was or how it was intended to be initially, but so the whole thing with, okay, I'm just gonna start that one over. Anyway, so we'll take a short break and then we'll be right back. Oh, made it stretch. All right, so I'm going to move on to a bit of for this election cycle. And we have Kamala Harris, the former Attorney General of California and current Senator of California. Kirsten Gillibrand, a U.S. Senator from New York. Amy Klobuchar, U.S. Senator for Minnesota. Elizabeth Warren, U.S. Senator from Minnesota. Another big show that's still been going on is Criminal Minds. But I feel like they've another big show that's still been going on is Criminal Minds. And I feel like they've redone that cast like 3 or 4 times at this point. We're just bringing in a new. So thank you again for joining me on this episode. Please, you can follow us on So thank you again for joining us on the Well Actually podcast. Like I said earlier, we are available on all streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. You can also get all the content on thewellactuallypod.com. There's audio and video content. Right, so this brings us to the end of this episode. I really want to thank you all for listening. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and review on any and every Thank you again for listening, and I'll see you next week. Jeez, that was rough. Rough landing.